Hello, my pretties. Thanks for coming back and getting another update. If you're new to the channel, thanks for coming over. And I'm Alison, and I'm so glad to have you. Today is an update on my Wegovy medication journey, and this is an update for week 8 and week 9. Okay, so my starting weight is 80 kilos, which is 176 pounds. Let's get into a little bit of info about week 8. So first of all, this is becoming a little bit of a pattern, but I forgot to take my injection. What the bloody hell is wrong with me? Set a bloody alarm and have it go off each week and I won't forget. I'm usually the queen of putting things in my calendar and putting like a week's warning and a day's warning and an hour's warning. Can't even remember to do that for my medication. How ridiculous. Anyway, I was due to take that on a Wednesday evening. I didn't take that till Friday. So stupid, but anyway. So besides forgetting to take my medication, I have felt a little anxious thinking about I'm due to increase to the next dosage amount in 2 weeks' time. So I am due to go from 0.25 milligrams to 0.5 milligrams, but I've just been feeling really anxious, thinking the fact that I still don't really have any food noise, don't have the chattering in my head. My appetite is still low, and the side effects are good. I did have super bad tiredness for a few weeks, but it has backed right off and is quite mild now, so that is great. But yeah, I don't know why I'm so anxious about going up. Maybe worried that when I increase that there will be side effects, like the same side effect. Like, will I go back to being so tired every day where I feel like I can't function, or I don't want to function, which is honestly freaking horrible. Don't ever want to go back to that. So this week is also my birthday week. Yay. I turned 47. I had to think about that. Oh my gosh. So I turned 37. On the Friday night, I actually babysat my nieces and my nephew with my mum and my daughter, which was super fun. And where we sat them at their home, they have access to Uber Eats and Menu Log and all of those, where I live is a bit more country and we don't have access to those at the moment. Or actually, that's a lie. We do have access, but I think about the only thing you can get on it is Cold Rock ice cream. Seriously. Anyway, so I was a little bit excited at scrolling through Menu Log and Uber Eats to order something yummy, which I hadn't done other than I think I had described in the 2 weeks prior. I think it was week 6 or 7, one of them. I had ordered pizza and had some pizza, and that was my first real takeaway since starting. Yeah, it was nice to have a bit of a browse, and I ended up ordering I think it's Cranides, I think is how you pronounce it, and they do the yummiest pizza and other things, pasta, and that's what I got. I got the most beautiful seafood pasta. Wow, it was so good. And to share with my daughter, we got a Nutella pizza. I only ate one little piece of it and I left the pizza there for the kids and the relatives to eat. I didn't take it home, so yay me. And Saturday night was, Saturday was my birthday, and we just had a really small gathering. I have a super huge family, but we just kept it simple because we're getting so close to Christmas now, and lots of my brothers and sisters have small children and it's just a lot for them. So we just actually had a really small group of us, mum, dad, and my kids, and my daughter's partner, and we went to the local tavern and I had a couple of cosmopolitans, and I also had a large glass of wine, which was amazing. And then when we left there, we went to our local bowling club, and I also had 1 or 2 glasses of wine there. So I was going all out for my birthday. And for dinner back at the tavern, I had a Caesar salad with prawns added, and it was absolutely beautiful. But I contained up half of it and brought it home, which was awesome. I love it. That's actually one of the biggest things that I've found happens to me now being on Wegovy, is that I will have to get a container and container up half or however much is left of my food, because I don't eat it all, which is awesome because you get a second meal out of it, which is great. You know, had those Cosmos and those wines, and the next day I was so bloody hungover, like so hungover. I didn't want to move off the lounge. I had the laziest day, and I just was again just floored because it was 2 Cosmopolitans and I think maybe 3 glasses of wine. I know one of them was a large glass, but I would never usually, I might have felt a little off the next day, but not hungover like I was. And one of the previous videos, I think it was week 6 and 7, well, I wasn't hungover, but similar thing where I'd had a few wines across a certain amount of hours and I was still over the legal limit to drive, where in the past I didn't think that that would have been the case neither. So it's very interesting. I think something is very different when you're drinking, and having a hangover sucks. So that was shitty. Oh, and just to add to that, which is my biggest problem with having a few drinks before Wegovy, is that when I am hungover, I want to eat shitty food, and that's, you know, the worst thing. So we did have some shitty food the next day. We had fish and chips. I didn't eat the volume like I would normally, so that was great. I just had a little bowl of the chips and some cocktail fish. But yeah, that habit continued, but a lot less of the shitty food. So yeah. So all in all, that was week 8. So getting into week 9, I've skipped exercise the last few videos. I wonder if that's because I didn't do any. It's so bad. But this week I did a walk and I did 3 gardening days, and they were hard yakka gardening days. We were shoveling soil from the very front of the yard all the way out to the back. It's, yeah, a lot. I actually made a video about that, so you can check that one out. That was 3 big days. Yeah, so that definitely counted as good exercise, which is awesome. I actually remembered my injection, so yay me. Far out, man. And I had a consult with the registered nurse, or the nurse practitioner, about the coming up to the change of dosage from 0.25 to 0.5, because that's due to happen. Sorry, I totally spaced out then because I was like thinking about that. I'm like, why would I be changing dose for week 10? That doesn't make sense, because you do like 4 weeks on the one thing. So it was 4 weeks on 0.25, and then I decided to stay on 0.25 for another 4 weeks, which would be 8. So it would be week 9 that I would be changing to 0.5, and I'm talking about week 10. But the reason is because a few weeks back, I think it was week 5, my medication didn't arrive in time, and I basically missed a whole week. So even though, like, each week that, you know, I'm doing an update, medication wise, I'm actually 1 less week. There was a whole week where I didn't have the Wegovy. But anyway, just was a bit puzzled. Anywho, yeah, so as I was saying, I had the consultation with the nurse practitioner, and we were discussing moving up to 0.5 for my next week, going into the week 10. And he was just discussing how I was going on it, and he was really impressed at how well I had not reacted, what would the word be? How well I had, well, reacted, I guess, to the low dose and my weight loss, and not really like many side effects, and they'd backed right off now, like the side effects, so things were going really well. I did have a chat to him and let him know that a few weeks ago my tiredness and exhaustion was shocking, like that was so bad. And I had a bit of a chat to him about that, and he did give me a few reasons. One, well, not reasons, but he said something that I should be definitely making sure that I'm being careful with is my water intake, which I feel like I have had really good water intake, but probably not enough. He was talking about like 2.5 liters, and I 2.5 liters plus, and I think I'm probably reaching 2 liters. I don't think I'd be like more than 2.5 liters. Like that's a lot. But anyway, I'll keep trying to increase that and keep that up. And the other thing that he explained was something to do with, I'm going to have to read this off my notes because I don't think I'm going to remember this. What did he say? Something about leptins and changes to my body's source of energy could be adding to my lethargy. However you say that. Feeling lethargic. That'd be better. Yeah, he tried to explain it a little bit, and as I said, it's definitely gotten better now anyway, so that's really good. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the crux of the video. Okay, so start of the week, start of week 8 and start of week 9 were both 80. So in week 8 I didn't move at all, no change. First week that's happened, at least I didn't put on, I stayed the same. Remembering too that like that was my birthday week, I drank some and I ate some shitty food, so maybe related, maybe not, don't know. So at the end of week 9 I reached 79.8 kilos. Which is 175 pounds for those that need pounds, but I dropped under the 80s. So excited. And anyway, I recorded because I knew that when I was weighing in each day, I knew it was getting close to me dropping under the 80 kilos. So I recorded and I actually caught it. So I'm going to insert this right now. Here we go. It's under 80. Yes! I'm back out of that. Well, this is what I look like in the mornings. But yes, I'm standing here naked because I just weighed in and oh my God, I'm out of the 80s and I'm into the 70s. Yes. Do a little dance. Okay. So sorry about my nakedness in my video. At least you couldn't see it, but that's how, like, see, I told you, in my previous videos, I've talked about how I can get obsessed about weigh-ins and the numbers and the actual weigh-ins. So I have to be super careful and watch myself with that. But as you can see, I take it very seriously. I have no clothes on. I go naked. Let's finish up the kilos. So as we said, the end of the week, 79.8 kilos, 175 pounds. Okay, I'll stop my dancing. Which is a loss across really the 2 weeks because I didn't move anything in week 8 of 0.2 kilos, which is 0.44 pounds. And that's a total loss of 6.3 kilos, which is 13.8 pounds. All in all, coming to the end of week 9 is pretty amazing to drop down to one of those numbers. For me, it was, yeah, means a lot to be out of there. And as I said in a previous video, I have not been under 80 kilos since it was before COVID. I think it was like March 2020. But yeah, pretty stoked. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for your support. Thank you to my subscribers. I really appreciate you, and you mean the world to me. And thanks for the likes, the beautiful comments. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care.